For this video, we're going to be breaking down quarterback and defensive back number 7, Nazir Fields, class of 2025 of the Yonkers Force Football Program in New York, highlighted on the screen. Now, this young man listed about 5'9", 166 pounds. In this video, we're going to be breaking down some of the things I saw on tape that I liked, some things I think he can work on, and we'll go through some clips to showcase him. But before we continue with the breakdown, if you like this kind of content, make sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe for future videos. And think about joining our Patreon, which you can find in the description, for some added benefits and perks and to help support the team. We appreciate your support. And now talking about Nazir, this young man, not a very big guy, but he is a dual threat quarterback, and he can hurt you both with his arms and his legs, especially when you get near the red zone. That's when he really becomes a threat running the football. As a thrower, I saw about a max 41 yards air completion-wise on tape. So he does show the ability to throw it deep. And I liked how he also showed some really good reps in the quick game, identifying before the play, so pre-diagnosing the coverage, knowing where to go with the football, and throwing with some good timing and ball placement. He has some quick feet. I mean, this is a young man who can maneuver the pocket. I mentioned his ability to run the ball, but he can maneuver the pocket, buy himself some time, keep his eyes downfield. Now, things I do think he can work on, though, he does have a low release point, right? So when there's some bigger teams, some bigger defensive lines, you do worry when you're not in the gun that you could see some balls getting batted. So it's going to be really important for him to find the correct angles to throw, the correct windows to throw, and also to be a little bit more patient. Sometimes I feel when he gets a little bit of pressure, he wants to escape the pocket. But again, buying yourself some time in the pocket without escaping, these are things that I think he can continue to grow on. But let's go over a couple plays I did like. And I mentioned he's highlighted right here. And we'll just talk about some of the deep ball, right? And he's got 3 receivers. You see 3 defenders on this side, and you can see the route combination here. It's pretty much 2 go routes and an out route from the number 3 receiver. And as this play goes, you're going to see the defense is going to be kind of in a quarter coverage. So you're going to see this number 2 defender is going to the flats. They're going to man up right here, and this safety is going to take kind of this middle third, or you want to say this middle quarter of the field. So he does a really good job identifying the coverage. He sees the open space right here, and this is the arm strength. So that's the 41-yarder that I mentioned. Now, does he want to keep it on the hash? Yes, but he has no safety over the middle, so he really lets it fly and lets the receiver run underneath it, leading to this long, long play. And again, you could see when he has the base, even though he's not a very big guy, you can see him deliver a nice strike here. So again, 41 yards in the air. There's a nice little quick release there, nice base, delivers a long strike. Let's go to another play. And again, we're talking about some deep concepts. He's on the right hash. You see this one-on-one receiver on the bottom hash. It's a go route. So he's going to throw it to the far side of the field. There's no safety in the middle of the field that can jump underneath that route. So where he wants to deliver, he wants to deliver it to the outside of the hash. And you can see nice base here. Look him throw to the outside shoulders, outside the numbers. So pretty impossible for the DB to make a play on it. No safety in the area. And again, a really nice job of throwing the ball and allowing your receiver to make a play on it. Let's watch it again. Solid base. And again, not really floating it, right? You want to drive it. And that's what he does towards the outside of the numbers, leading to this big play. I mentioned some of the quick game that I also like too, and you saw some strong reps of it throughout his tape. And obviously he can continue to grow. But let's show about one of these examples. And these might feel like small ones, but again, it's really good to point out. Here he is highlighted once again. You're going to see 2 receivers to the bottom of the screen. And knowing where you want to go with the ball, pre-snap reading is really important for a quarterback too, especially on the high school level. You can see that there's a safety in the middle of the field. And this is the route combination. They're going to have a go route on the outside. They're going to have an out route on the inside. You have the safety sitting on the hash mark. So this is a strong indicator for the quarterback that they're in man coverage. And that's what they are. So you can see they're in man coverage here. Now this defensive back has pretty good leverage on the wide receiver. You still see, so there's some space here. But now you can see the space is a lot tighter on this inside receiver making the outbreak. And that's where he wants to go with the ball. So again, identifying its man coverage, knowing which one to target, and delivering a nice strike here. Again, not lofting it, really striking the ball. You're on the opposite hash. You're throwing it to the far hash. but you got to deliver with some zip and ball placement and timing. Again, you can see him. Look at him starting to break. That's when the ball's coming out. Delivers a nice completion. Let's go to the last play. And I mentioned this is someone who can make plays in the run game. And you're going to see this is a designated quarterback sweep. When you get close to the red zone, he's particularly dangerous. And this is just right outside the 20. But this is going to be a quarterback sweep. You could see they're kind of outflanking the defense here. And you can get these receivers one-on-one blocking, running back leading the way, and the quarterback going. Right? And that's what you do. The quarterback does a nice job of making that initial defender miss. Defender did a pretty good job getting downhill really quickly. Quarterback makes that guy miss, and now look at him use his speed. And then at the end, this is what he runs hard. He's not a very big guy, but this is someone who, while as you watch on tape, and that's why they use him in the red zone too, will run hard, get those hard-earned runs. Here it is again, making that initial defender miss. Look at him fight for that extra yards, getting down to the 2-yard line. Again, this was a very important player for the Yonkers Force Football Program on the offensive side of the ball. There's a lot of room to grow, but I tell you what, there were some nice things you saw on tape as a dual-threat athlete making plays for his team.